Welcome, I'm CWDI Games and welcome to Flax Muffin. Flax Muffin is a video playlist regarding the Flax game engine. If you're not using the Flax game engine, you should seriously consider doing so. In this video, I am going to show how to do rotation, turning, and simple movement in the Flax game engine. Now, first, let's talk about world space units. So you notice the cube here. Let's actually go to the Rigidbody. In the Flax game engine, you don't have like a cube and then a Rigidbody as a child of the cube. You have the Rigidbody, and then the visual aspect is a 3D model, and that's a child of the Rigidbody. So it's a little bit different if you're coming from Unity. Another 3D model, a cone, which is a child of the cube. So we know which way is forward facing. Now the units. So you notice here position, the y-axis, it's already at 81, almost 0.5. The coordinate system in the Flax game engine uses centimeters. So 100 centimeters is a meter. You look at the box collider, it's 100. So this cube, actually a meter, just like Unity. It's just the coordinate system is based on centimeters instead of meters. Let's go into the code here. Well, first, okay, actors. Sort of like GameObjects with Unity. So we have actors. Now, what's an actor in a Flax game engine? Well, these are all the actors right here: camera, environment probe, static actor, directional, the lights, skylight, skybox, post effects volume, scene, rigid body, character controller. Yep, there is a character controller in the Flax game engine. Colliders, joints, audio sources, audio listener, animated model, bone socket, decal, empty actor, like an empty game object, text render, UI canvas, UI control. UI control is like a type of UI element, like an image or a text box or a button. Those are all controls. Terrain, nav mesh, bounds volume, nav link, particle effect, scene animation player, exponent high fog, sprite renderer. So these are in the code. When you're referring to an actor, those can all be considered actors in the code. Now, so the rigid body, I have force attached. We have some variables that are shown: rotation speed, force, thrust. Instead of doing serialize, I do show in editor. Private float rotation speed, show an editor, private float force thrust. Okay, private will move using force. Okay, so I'm down here to on update. Input keyboard.get key, keyboard keys.a. So if we press the A key, actor, okay, that's rigid body. This script is attached to the rigid body. The local orientation is going to be rotation y, rotation speed, which is 1 up right there, times time.delta time. So we're going to be rotating around the y-axis 1 degree. If we hold down the D key, we're going to be rotating around the y-axis the opposite direction, negative. If we press the space key, then we're going to change. It's going to change the Boolean move using force. So if move using force is false, which it is at the beginning, we're going to move using this method. We're not using force. This is translation. So actor AddMovement, vector3 translation. So actor.direction. Actor.direction is the forward-facing direction. Now, if I press the space bar, it's going to change it from true to false, and from false, if it's false to true. Okay, it's just going to change it to whatever, the opposite of whatever it is. So if it's true, move using force is true, then we're not going to move this way. We're going to move using force. So actor.asRigidbody.AddForce. Now, why did I need to cast the rigid body as an actor? Well, this script is attached to the rigid body. So, because when you create a rigid, there, let's like come down here, new physics, rigid body. Okay, this is the cone now has a rigid body, and this is it. So it's not like Unity where you add components here. I can't do that because the actor class does not have an AddForce. That's where the rigid body. Okay, and you just can't go rigid body, because then it's like, okay, well, you need a reference. Okay, it's an actor, and we can cast it as an actor because it is. Rigid bodies are actors. Okay, so I can cast it as an actor as rigid body, AddForce, because I need to get the object, the actor this script is attached to. AddForce and actor.direction, so the forward-facing direction, times force thrust times time.delta time. And this is force thrust right here, and the force mode is force. So this is going to be continually putting out this much force. Okay, we save it. I notice I don't have gravity on for the rigid body cube. All right, so we're just moving by translation. Okay. Now I'm going to press spacebar, and now it's moving by thrust. Speed right here. Okay. And so it's putting out thrust. There's no gravity right now, so I'm going to turn, but it's not going to be immediate because it's still putting out thrust. Now look at the speed. It's going down because it's trying to go, I turned it the opposite direction. So it's trying to overcome the thrust from going this way, but now it's going to start going that way. So the speed's going up, so now it's going that way. Now I'm going to turn again. So again, it has to overcome the force that was pushing it this way, and now it's going to come back down. And now it's going much faster. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Make games, play games, and have fun.